Welcome back to DS Trucks. In today's video, we are going to be taking this 2023 F450 for a quick test drive. As you can see, this truck has a high output power stroke, the new and improved with more torque and more horsepower. This is going to be a pretty well equipped XLT, as you see here before we get on the road and see how the high output performs. You can see that this truck does have Pro Power in the bed of the truck. Iconic silver in color. Here's a look at the window sticker. It's got some features. It doesn't have everything, but it does have some pretty key features. So let's go ahead and pop inside, get this thing on the road. As you can hear, the truck is in high idle right now. So yeah, let's see how this truck looks. Here's a look at the inside. We have our gray cloth interior and radio off. You can see this XLT is equipped with a full center console with the big storage, which is nice to have on an XLT. Definitely pretty nice. Got upfitter switches. A little bit of a smaller screen compared to what you saw on the Lariat that I showed earlier on the channel. Glove box, upper and lower. As you can see, one of the things that's new for the newer trucks is it tells you if someone's sitting in the seat and if they're not wearing their seatbelt. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on mine, and as I click my seatbelt, it lets me know that everything is okay. So as soon as I touch the brake, the high idle kicks off. Let's go ahead and get this thing on the road and see how she does. I'm gonna actually swing this around this way, get this wide track front axle. So that's one of the things about the 450 is they just keep on cranking when you turn them. So let me get out of here and I'll touch base once we get on the road. By the way, we are at Pat Milliken Ford. I want to say thank you guys for letting me review the truck, letting me take a look at it, drive it, talk about it. I appreciate it. The sales team over here at Pat Milliken Ford has been really good to me over the years. This is where I buy all my trucks, and I will continue to come here because of the excellent service. So let's go ahead and drive this truck and see what we can do. So I got the window rolled down here because it's hard for me to see out of that sticker. So I don't want to hit nobody messing around with this window. Green light. Oh, that easily tripped the tires. Barely touched it. High output. So this is kind of cool. So if I wanted to, I could actually pick this truck up instead of the Lariat version of this. Still have the Pro Power, just not the leather, not the digital screens, not the sunroof. Other than that, this is a pretty well equipped F450. The front end, I kind of like how the front end looks. I'm not that much of a complainer. I haven't really had anything bad to say about the front end. But yeah, this truck drives nice. It drives just like the other one. Does everything that the other one can do. But the question is, which one should I get? Well, this one is cheaper, but in an XLT at $78,000 on the sticker versus a Lariat at $86,000 on the sticker. Now keep in mind, the way things are now, we are going to get a little bit off of the sticker, but at the end of the day, this truck is going to be cheaper by a lot, by, you know, is it 10,000? I'm driving, so I can't really think that good. 78 versus 86. 8,000, but cheaper. I wonder how much cheaper. And I don't know. part of me is thinking like that look of the Lariat, very aggressive. This is a lot more tame, and maybe this is maybe the better truck. But stay tuned to the channel to see which one we end up with. Very good power. We're going to make sure we maintain the speed limit here. So there's not a whole lot we can do. Like here it is again, it's raining. I will say this one, for some reason, I don't know, doesn't feel faster. That other high output, more, what I got to do is really kind of not speeding, but step on it just a little. Let's see. Okay. Whoa. This thing floats. This thing floats. The high output, dang. Dang. So this truck came out, as far as we know right now, this truck came out as a perfect build. The other F450 Lariat version of this has a dent on the bumper. Very small dent on the bumper. This one, as far as we know, there's no dents or anything. It still has the big center console, which I really like having that. Still has the bigger screen that for a work truck is pretty dang good. 360 camera, which now on the 23s you can turn it on while you're driving. What view is that? I believe that's behind me on the tailgate. Is that the front? Oh, got a freaking out light. Jesus. That is behind me. So I've got a camera now turned on behind me. If I press it again, let's see what happens. Nothing. So I just got the camera behind me. I don't have the high mounted camera. Interesting. I wonder, one thing I didn't notice is the 360 camera view. I heard that they got rid of that for the side cameras. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I mean, I put it in reverse already. Okay. This engine is really smooth. The high output's pretty dang smooth. Okay. I will turn on the engine brake to experience that. Does that feel better? Or I know a lot of people complain about the engine brake. Whoa. Still just as much fun, even in the XLT form. Still just as much fun. So we got a red light here. I'm curious about this 360 camera. Let's get up here and see what is going on. It's turning green. Maybe I'll, dare I say, pull over. If I can stop from just be paused here for a second and see. I still see side cameras. So it looks as if the 360 camera is still a 360 camera. So there still remains cameras on the mirrors. Someone brought that up, saying that there were no longer cameras on the mirrors. I do need to probably turn around. I don't want them to think that I'm stealing it. Okay. Ooh, I love driving this. I love driving the 450. Like, yeah. Pretty. This is just as cool. Engine brake. Okay. Now I don't want to overstep and take the truck away forever and go for a super long drive and put too many miles on this thing that I'm just test driving, and might not buy this. Could get either one. But stay tuned to the channel to see which one I get. The original plan was to probably go ahead and look at both of these together next to each other, but the Lariat is getting a spray-in bed liner right now. So what do you guys think, though? The cool gauges. I mean, you have a digital gauge here. It's not big like the big Lariat digital gauge, You have the screen here. It's not big, but you got, you know, a little storage spot here. Got a green light. Okay. I can't accelerate too fast from a dead stop with the available traction. I like it. It's so much better than the 7.3 Godzilla. This is a good driving truck. This is a really good driving truck. If I put it to the floor, this thing could probably spin out. No lie. No lie. Okay. So I do have to wonder, is the transport mode really detuning this truck at all? Or is this really the amount of power? Because no doubt does it feel fast, but I wonder if there's more to be experienced. You know, my salesman did say, hey, I can take it out of transport mode, but it might take a minute and it's kind of a pain, and he's got stuff that he's doing while he's allowing me to test drive this XLT. So I just said it's fine. It did seem like it was fast or whatever, but the point of me driving it is not to be beating on it or speeding or anything like that. I can't really do that to a vehicle that is not mine, but within reason, I'm sure it's fine. But I'm not gonna be going 100 miles an hour down the freaking street. You know, I'll do a little acceleration, little slight acceleration within the speed limit, and then I'll get off it. I'm not gonna do nothing crazy. All right, got a dead light here. This is nice though. I like that the seat actually goes up and down versus just being a seat that goes, I don't know if we had that one. These other people get the right of way. Between us, I don't think I stopped the first time. I didn't even see it. Hope that Milliken got some good insurance. So this truck, the front end of this truck to me looks more like the outgoing model than the other truck. That truck looks more refreshed, more different, whereas this one looks more normal. Now, that being said, the LED lights, you have to get into a very higher trim level in order to get like the HID, whatever, when it looks like there's something different in the bulb. Whereas on those trim levels that I was looking at, the trim level that Lariat that I was looking at did not have the highest end lights. But driving this truck, hitting the potholes and everything, I can tell you that this thing drives good. I think the ride in this 450, being that the wheelbase is longer, I feel like this ride is better than the 350 single rear wheel that I have. Now, as far as which truck to buy, I think that it comes down to the matter of the resale. Both are going to be high outputs, but is that LED front end redesign versus this front end, is that going to be worth it? And is the leather interior and sunroof, the sunroof, but the leather interior and the Lariat trim, that's the bottom of a Lariat trim that I ordered. It's a Lariat without every bell and whistle. When you start going to Lariat, someone asked, you know, how is that a stripped down Lariat? Well, it doesn't have, well, I was gonna roll that up. How do you power this? Okay, there's some heat going in here. The Lariat doesn't have all of the Lariat features, meaning it doesn't have the heads-up display. It doesn't have all the cruise, the fancy cruise. So for me, I get into the Lariat trim, but I'm missing out on a $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 package group where it gives you all these cool features. But are those cool features going to help you in the long run? That is the question. You know, in the long run, oh, there's the cops. It's shooting me. shoot me with the speed detector. In the long run, are those features going to help you? Well, being that I'm in the Lariat, when I go to sell the truck, it's like, well, what are you selling? Well, you're selling a Lariat. But is it going to be like, at that point, you don't even really know what level of a Lariat that you're selling. You're just selling a Lariat truck. You don't know what level. Just a Lariat. I don't know. They might come in and say, well, what features does this Lariat have? But just being a Lariat makes it worth a certain dollar compared to a Lariat that's got some kind of obscure ultimate package with a heads-up display. I mean, it's kind of cool when you look at it. Sure, I'm going to look at a 450 for sale. It's got a heads-up display because knowing my history, guys, at some point I will sell the truck. But I don't tend to keep these forever. But this definitely checks off a lot of boxes for me. It gives me all these features that I want to have. One being the F450 package. That other truck has a nice leather steering wheel and heated steering wheel. Well, this is just your hard plastic. I don't have a problem with that. But, this isn't as badass as a truck. For sure it's not. But still, at the end of the day, a cool truck and an excellent option for me. So let me go ahead and park this thing. And I'll touch base with you guys once this truck is parked.